All right. I want to talk about my big billion GP acquisition that I've got going on right now. Now, this mentality toward this skill is the fact that it's a fast skill and it on average makes like 2 million GP per hour. Um, uh, like 1.7 million GP per hour. I'm pretty sure that crafting blood runes is actually faster, but this method I don't think is going to last forever. So this is what I'm doing right now is I'm pickpocketing Vires. Um Show you my methodology. I use the redemption prayer to heal myself here. I've got about 10,000 prayer potions in the bank, and keep in mind I've only got like a 230 mil bank. And actually, about 100 million of that money is stored into precious items such as holiday items. I'm amassing a collection of holiday items. 666 of each Halloween mask and 1,000 party hat sets. Okay, 1,000 party hat sets is going to equal like 100 million GP plus 1,000 independent. Eventually, 1,000 of each independent party hat set, like as individual slots in my bank, plus just 1,000 of each, just to have a stack of 1,000 of each. And everything from half full jugs of wine to fucking party hat sets, discs of returning, just everything I can get my hands on. 1,000 of everything, and a total, I guess, of 2,000 party hat sets. For the reason of basically, if they ever discontinue these items, I want to have, so much shit on my RuneScape account that like my family will be literally eating off of my RuneScape account for eternity, you know um so that like 10 generations from now in the history of old school RuneScape there will be like my family is, if the money from my business will never run out, I'll have like rather like old money forever. But just as like a backup scenario, you know, uh to create basically wealth in the stock market, the S&P 500 is to me is the most stable index type fund to invest into. Even though the dividend is so small, it's the principle of the thing where if you have like 50 billion invested in the if you have like 50 billion invested in the S&P 500, you're still eating off of like everyone in my immediate bloodline, that the people that follow my lineage of, I want to have like a son named Michael, and I want my son Michael. I want there to be Michaels like all down the line that eat off of that, people that run my company, people born after me that basically run my company for eternity until the end of literally human existence. That's what I'm looking at creating right now. That to even shake some hands and kiss some babies with like some powerful people that have some access to some real money, some good, government money, so that, as like to create my own like Illuminati, you know, to create like my own Illuminati bloodline that can eat off of my work for the rest of humanity. That's what I want so bad. Just to do it, not necessarily like when you have kids, you realize that we all come from somewhere and we're all going somewhere, you know, that like, so that like every one of my family can have like a party hat on old school RuneScape for the rest of eternity. And I do want to acquire a stake, a shareholder stake in Jagex, the games company, um, one day, you know, one day, like real soon, actually, I want to do that. And it's only going to cost like 500 million to acquire like a big stake in Jagex. I'm playing with some big money, you know, and I'm playing with some big money, and I am a Mason, so I kind of have access to a little bit of the fraternity of mankind, is what we call each other. That will exist forever. We are the ancient and accepted people of humanity, that we've existed since the beginning of time, and we will always exist. And it's really the responsibility of my fraternity to make sure that we keep track of my family. And maybe we can negotiate some kind of deal where I let them in on what I'm doing, which I already pretty much have. I've given them 15% of my company. And now is basically their responsibility. I want to put this in their hands to keep track of everyone that comes after me, from my daughter, Bella, me and Brandy's kid, so that every kid that I have, every child that I have, they keep track of my lineage so that they get a piece of the pie, and so that if we cross with any interfering bloodlines of people that I fucking despise, that they don't really get access to the big money. I'm playing with some big money, so that they don't get access to any billions or anything like that. Uh, but they can have a job, if they come from me, they can have a job, but they're not going to have access to the fucking keys to the money, And pretty much, this dawn of the internet generation is like, this is now like the best time in human history to make a fucking fortune. This is bigger than the California gold rush. I mean, if you can build something big like right now that lasts forever, you and your family are in the money forever, And I'm really, really, really in the money. And I put my fraternity in that, and I expect them to make sure that my family has access to what I created for the rest of forever. So basically, yeah, to amass eventually, well, 10 billion GP is going to buy me 100,000 of each party hat. But I'll gain it all with in-game money, so it's good that my money's good. It's never gonna falter because I earned it. There's no earning like is like when I complete all the collection logs. Should be like a grand total of like 60 billion GP, something like that. Something like 60 billion GP on the account. And to have fully maxed out accounts, but my RuneScape 3 account, I'm not quite confident that if I'll ever have like a fortune of fucking like crazy shit on RuneScape 3. Probably do like some MTX, some microtransactions to gain access to like many like trillions of GP on RuneScape 3. like quadrillions of GP, like max cash on RuneScape 3. But not that many people even play the fucking game nowadays. So who's even buying bonds on RuneScape 3? I don't even fucking know. Pretty much, yeah. So my big thing is holiday items, man. I want to collect as many of those as possible in the event that like 666,000, eventually like 600, hold on. If a Halloween mask costs, yeah, I don't even know if there are that many in the fucking game. Hold on. $666,666 times 30,000 equals 19 billion GP times 3 equals 60 billion GP for Halloween masks. That's kind of like maybe like a life's mission of mine. And then like I'm not even sure if they have like that many holiday items even in the fucking game. And they have that many holiday items in the game, but I'm not sure if they have like that many Halloween masks in the game, you know. If each player, like if like 20,000 players every year collects the 2 Halloween mask sets, that's 40,000 Halloween masks every year. And that's circulating in the economy is like over the span of like 40 years, maybe, you know, I'll be able to amass like 666,666 Halloween masks. If I purchase Halloween masks at the rate of like 10K per year for 60 years, that would be what it would take to get that many fucking Halloween masks. That's 10 mil per month. No, that's 10K per year, 10K per month, 1K per month. Holy shit. No, 10K per year, 100K per 10 years. That's like a million GP like that's 10 million GP a month. So, yeah, I'm not sure about all that, you know, but, yeah, basically, you know, I could retire from my career right now and be 100% satisfied. I don't know if I want to expose my child to the evils of money and stuff. I kind of want my child to be normal. You know, if I never meet my child, which I would love to, but if I never do, that would be just fine. Um, Oh shit! I forgot I was making a video for a second, man. I'm tripping, bro. I mean, I'm on like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine right now. Uh, I have a real good like adrenal system, or like that much caffeine doesn't like bother my heart or anything. I once seen a motherfucker take like 12 grams or 24 grams of caffeine and do a workout. That couldn't have been good. He probably fucking eventually died from like these crazy caffeine challenges. He drank like two monsters, a fucking like jug of pre workout, and like all this fucking shit. Pre workout is not meant to be taken in that much a fucking amount, you know. You're supposed to take pre workout in the denomination of like 2 scoops, maybe. 2 scoops is like plenty. Taking 6 scoops is enough to fry your central nervous system, you know, because I used to take like 6 scoops of C4. I take Mr. Hyde right now. I take like 2 scoops and I'm good for like, I take like half a scoop for my workout and I'm good. Yeah, but, you know, some pre workouts, you know, you're supposed to take like a straight shot of like 1 scoop. Just, you're supposed to get that shit in your blood. It's not the caffeine that fucking, people just look at the caffeine. What about all the other shit in pre workout that gives you energy for your fucking workout, that pumps your heart up and shit? People fucking take that shit way out of whack and take like 4 scoops, 6 scoops, fucking some crazy shit. I don't fucking play about my fucking heart, man, because my father had a bad heart. If I fuck around and take like 15 scoops of pre workout, I probably fucking die. I've seen motherfuckers take like a jug of fucking canister of fucking pre workout to like 24,000 milligrams of caffeine challenge on YouTube and lived to upload the video, but then they stopped uploading. I wonder what happened to them. And but I skipped out on fucking sailing training. I was out in the open fucking ocean, like north of the I was at the Fremenic Salvage, and I was gonna do some barracuda trials, you know, to try to get that the wind moat and the crystal extractor to optimize my experience. That shit is fucking gay, bro. I fucking hate barracuda trials. I missed the fucking wind moat by like fucking 13 seconds, and then I did like two more trials and I missed it by like a minute each. I was like, fuck this. You know, I like logged out in the middle of the fucking barracuda trial. I'm like, fuck this. And I'm like, but I've got 30 quests to go on old school RuneScape. I'm gonna do all the mini quests and shit. You know, I'm gonna probably do Mage Arena 2 a couple more times to stack up on Zamorak capes, just in case if I lose them. Like when I get bored, that's probably what I'm gonna do. If I ever lose my Zamorak cape, I'm not sure if I want to stack up on them. I just don't want to have to do it like out of the blue. You know, I don't want to have to do it like out of the blue, like out of necessity one of these days. If I ever lose my Zamorak cape, I'd like to just have extras in the bank. You see, like, all this shit on RuneScape is hard to concern yourself with real life when you've got a half life over here perfectly good enough to And then, I don't want to expose my child to the evils of wealth. Is like many evils. Like, if when you die, if you live in paradise on earth and you have to give up paradise, then what is left? You know, I don't know what's waiting for me when I die. I don't want to know. I just I want it to be a surprise and I want to go to heaven. I want it to be like a birthday surprise when I fucking die. I don't want to go to hell. I'm just going to make my videos here on YouTube and dedicate my life to like this YouTube channel and my bodybuilding channel and be like a beast among like RuneScapers. I don't know what the fuck I want to do. I really could care less about money, but I don't know. Like, it depends on what God says about me. I don't know what my truth is. Apparently, if I haven't reached eternity yet, you know, if I haven't reached eternity yet, I would like to go to heaven. I don't want to fucking go to hell. I'm confident that I'll go to heaven, but like, I'm not a good person, guys. I'm not a fucking good person. I do bad shit too much. And it's not right what I do a lot of times. And almost like mask it with like the idea of God, that going with the flow, like, oh, this is how I feel. I hope like this motherfucker like burns and suffers for eternity. And I do that almost every day. Wish hell upon people like every fucking day. And I really do believe in the principle of like, look yourself in the mirror. Like, who are you really judging? Is it you? Or is it someone else? Is it someone who's ignorant? Are you really think you're like a fucking tough guy? That you could like wish hell on someone else? Do you think you're that fucking mighty and big, that you are that important that you could send someone to fucking hell? And I do that like every day, and you know, it's not right. Either fucking way, on RuneScape, my goal is 100,000 of every rare item, which is probably going to be about 10 billion GP. Is like a billion GP, 100 million GP, like per. So at the end of the day is going to be probably about a couple billion GP for 100,000 of each rare item. If I could pull some blood shards like right now and manifest that shit, that would be some juicy fucking lutations. People talk about like manifesting and shit on this game. I don't really believe in that shit, manifesting and shit. Like, I think like Spark Mac has been trying to manifest a third age pickaxe for like years, and it's just never gonna happen. Because based on the laws of probability, he could go on for like fucking eternity, like the rest of his life, and not manifest a third age pickaxe. He'll probably get one. Based on probability, he'll get one eventually. I don't know how committed he is to Clue Scrolls, and I don't care. But a third age pickaxe is like 6 billion GP, but SparkMac makes his money from staking, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, um, Okay, so 95 farming. Daily farm runs? Yeah, I mean, I could do that, you know. One of these days I'm gonna get in the habit of doing that. Let's see. Uh how many trees are we talking here? If we're talking like 5k XP per tree times 12 is 60k XP a day for like 20 minutes of work. Let's see. 200 mil divided by 60k equals 10 years. Fuck that. I'll wait a couple years to get in the habit of doing that. So, gonna start doing like a quest every day. Like one quest every day. One of these fucking days I'm gonna get on that. Probably after I max, gonna get on that quest a day kind of grind. If I look at my inventory and see some blood shards in this inventory, I'd be pretty fucking happy. I think I've kept you guys long enough. I want to give you guys like a rundown of exactly what I've got planned for the immediate future of this account. I mean, the next 10 years of this account. 200 mil thieving, I should be getting this in the next 2 years. I'm probably going to take breaks. Like, I'm doing a 10,000 prayer potion challenge here. Um, I'd like to pull some blood shards in this video. So, I don't know if you guys can see. No, it doesn't show the rune light loot tracker in the OBS studio, but I've made 809k in 2,500 pickpockets. If I go under drop rate, I'll be making like 2 billion GP from 200 mil thieving. If I go over drop rate, I'll be making like 800 million GP. If I go double drop rate, I'll be making like 700 million GP. I'm expecting a minimum of 700 million GP over the next 2 years. Like as I creep toward 200 mil thieving, like 700 million GP. Uh, if I get like a million XP a day, which is perfectly realistic and reasonable, on average, like every 24-hour period to get like a million XP. I mean, pretty much, That'd be perfectly reasonable to assume that I will get 200 mil thieving within about a year. Because I'll probably be doing like other stuff, maybe like go for max real quick. Because as I stack up on money, I'll be able to afford gear for Slayer and get my full bandos, get my Fang back. I sold all my combat gear for the 10,000 prayer potions to do this challenge. I'm the type of person where my dopamine stores in my brain only work for one activity for like a little while. I could sit here for like 30 days, but I don't know if I could sit here for like 5 months and just bang out 200 mil thieving. This color scheme, like color schemes is my thing. Once my brain gets like adjusted to a certain color scheme, yeah, I can't fucking do it anymore. Um, like I can't sit here and just bang out 200 mil thieving. It's probably going to take me anywhere from like a year and a half to get 200 mil thieving, somewhere around there. Where for most people it would take like 200 days, like less than 200 days. For me, I have to have a little variety in my RuneScape dopamine diet, you know. Um, and I always forget to pop my Shadow Veil, but I'm not too worried about that. It's the difference of like, 15%, like 10% efficiency. I'm already like I'm already like only like 60% efficient at this, so I'm supposed to be getting like 210k XP per hour. Right now I'm getting 130k XP per hour, so I'm only like 60% efficient at this anyways. So immediate plans for the future of the account: 200 mil thieving, and then immediately after is 200 mil rune crafting. Rune crafting is the slowest skill in the game besides Slayer. And then right after rune crafting, I'm going to be going for 200 mil Slayer. Pop open the calculator at the rate of 30k, let's say 200 mil XP divided by 25,000 XP per hour is 8,000 hours, divided by 10 hours a day is 800 days, divided by 365 is about 2 years of nonstop rune crafting. So between thieving and rune crafting, if I play for 10 hours a day, which I usually probably get in about 12, 6 to 10 hours a day, pretty much is like okay, so every inventory, I'm like doubling the cost of my supplies. So, okay, it's going to go like maxed bank, which is going to be, I expect thieving and rune crafting to take anywhere from like 5 years. I'm not any kind of fucking Linux Titan, between rune crafting and thieving, let's call it like 5 years. But I'm going to pocket like 10 billion GP from those two skills combined, right? Like 10 billion GP from those two skills combined. which is going to afford me a maxed bank and like all the nicks and doodads and like my rares collection. And whatever new items come out, I'll be like that motherfucker that buys them on day one of release. I'll have the gear set up to be able to afford like day one release, like bossing. Like once the first guide on the boss comes out within the first like few hours, within the first like 6 hours, I'll be one of the first people to comp the new loot. Because I'm not going to learn how to do the boss by myself. That's XP waste. It's not XP waste, but I'm not going to be fucking competing with, with 1,000 other people, 10,000 other people that are getting the first loots to get the first loots. I'll take like a GP cut by like a little bit for the sake of not losing my fucking mind. I want to conquer God War's dungeon. God War's dungeon is going to be a great introductory collection log to hit. Once I get my maxed bank, it's all Slayer from like that day forward until 200 mil Slayer to get, let me see the collection logs. Clues, other Slayer. Konar Slayer. I can't believe I've gotten 37 rune boots. They must have like rigged. I got an imbued heart like a long ass time ago when they were only 30 mil. I've gotten 18 blood shards. So that's 9 blood shard drops. And a couple of those blood shard drops I got when they were 13 mil each. Like 13 mil per shard. So, and then I went and like reset my account and my like actual like gameplay experience, because I did buy some bonds for like real life GP, some like real life money to get some gold on my account, and then I realized that I was wrong, and so I basically reset my actual like honor system by purchasing membership with bonds on the game. Yeah, maybe it provided me like a little boost of like, you know, guys, I mean, come on now. I probably spent like literally 400 mil on bonds in the game to afford a year of membership at one point, and I didn't even really play. And just basically gave the money back into the economy because some fucking asshole spilled coffee on my old computer that I was playing OSRS on, that I live with, and I don't know who the fuck did it. And I'm gonna fucking smack him across the mouth if I find out who the fuck did it. And maybe it was me. Maybe it was even me. I really don't remember. Like I remember like I went to dinner where I live, and I came back to the computer and there was like coffee spilled across my keyboard, and it fried my fucking computer. And I was fucking livid. I was ready to whoop ass. I was ready to whoop ass about that shit. Yeah, like you better check my fucking profile. I whoop ass, dude. I've been in like 4 fights in the past 10 years. I don't fucking play. 5 fights, actually. 4 or 5, I don't know. And I don't fucking lose, bro. I'm actually fucking livid about that shit still. If that happened to my current computer, I might fuck around and kill a motherfucker about that shit. I might fuck around and catch a murder case, beating a motherfucker to death with my fucking hands. Okay, so 10 years of daily farm runs. Let's see. Oh, well, shit. If I do herb runs too, which is some good money, I'm going to do a Google search real quick. Herb run calculator, OSRS. Calculator farming herbs. If I optimize my herb runs, how many I'm gonna pause the recording real quick just so I don't fucking take up your precious time. Okay, so there is a total of 10 herb patches in the game. Disease-free patch, disease-free patch, disease-free patch, disease-free patch, compost, ultra compost, anima seed. What the fuck is an anima seed? I don't know what that is. 15% elite Kandarin diary, BAM, magical sectors, farming cape, bottomless bucket. Let me pause again real quick to find out what an anima seed is. So apparently anima seeds are use resurrect crops. No. Let's fucking dump that shit. Profit per run. Torstal, 213k profit per run. An herb run is like, it's not even efficient. It's just to do like, 3 to 5 runs, 3 runs per day is like 600k. And how much XP are we talking? 22k XP per run. Holy shit. 22k XP per run, so that adds an extra 60k XP per day. So that's only 5 years of doing farming, plus an extra 600k GP per day. Let me do some maths. 5 times 365 equals times 600k XP per day is like 1 billion GP. Holy shit. And then what I like to do is I like to buy my torsal seeds when they dip down to like 6k each. So every run, let's see, is we're talking 1 billion GP in profit. Let's see, 6,000 times 10 equals times 3 equals times 5 times 365 times 5 equals. So that will save me like 300 million GP in the long run. I'm starting to get good at the fucking game now. I'm starting to get good at the fucking game now. Well, that is like, 500k per day in saved money right there. So yeah, I mean a billion GP over the course of 5 years just by doing my 3 herb runs every day. It's gonna be some good shit. And let's see, grimy herbs. What about clean herbs? I mean that is not very like tick efficient to clean the herbs. So probably more or less I'm going to just sell the grimy herbs. But you know, let's see. What is the fluctuation of torsal herbs? Grimy torsal OSRS. Do they have a old school RuneScape? There's a fluctuation of like 6 months. It goes up between like 4.2. It's like a median right now. So 3.6K, 3.2K to 4.2K, 3.6K. We're like right in the middle of how much they usually cost, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, we're talking. We're talking making like 1.1 a billion. Hold on. Yeah, and then saving, or we're talking making like a billion plus like 1.3 billion over the course of 5 years. 600K GP a day from just fucking farming herbs is like enough to pay for. If I do 5 runs per day, that's like enough to pay membership. But in circumstances where otherwise I'm not like making money, if I'm like training a skill that usually playing the game itself is like making money, you know, especially going for collection logs and shit, I'm like making money no matter what. So to go on like, anywhere from on average like 3 herb runs every day, you know, um, oh shit. You know what I did? Fucked around and didn't even realize. Okay, so we're at 29 HP. Oh, we dodged the fire anyway, so we're just good. $205K. Let's put 200K in the bank. Uh, 200K is fucking. All right. Now let's go get some fucking blood shards. God damn it. My epic RuneScape adventure is like 200 mil thieving, okay, then 200 mil rune crafting, then 200 mil slayer once I have my maxed bank, and by that point I'll have my rares collection pretty well sorted out for like eternity, and then at the very end, like periodically gonna be re-upping on like more and more rares in increments. So 1,000, then 10,000, eventually 100,000 of every rare. That's my end goal. I don't know like exactly like how I'm going to officially go about it, but I have it pretty much set that I want at least 100,000 of every rare item. And you know, by the time I start going for collection logs, is going to be really nice to have that security, peace of mind that, like, I'll have that plus billions, like, you know, a few, you know, million platinum tokens in, like, my reserves, plus 2147 mil cash. So, like, pull from, you know, for when, you know, that new item comes out that is super overpowered, and you know, I could be like that dumbass to buy like the brand new item fresh off the marketplace on the first day of the release of the boss. um 200 mil slayer, yeah, like gotta do that Konar Slayer to get the fucking collection logs, which is gonna suck ass, but you gotta do that. And after beyond that point is like strictly Durdell Slayer, just killing mobs like in the Slayer Tower and in catacombs and shit like that. I gotta put pants on. Hold on, I'm fucking. My legs are getting cold. It's like 6 in the morning right now. Okay, and okay, so if I could pull some shards, that would be mighty wonderful. Because I'm damn near, just over 2,500 KC. I guess I'm not too dry. I guess I'm not even officially dry. I should be pulling shards like in the next 2,000 KC if I'm lucky. If I'm a touch lucky. So I put pants on and then take my shirt off to scare the children. And all right, so I'm gonna be getting 200 mil hunter at herbivore, which is gonna be like, let's see, is about 500 400 kgp per hour. Is gonna be about 800 mil on the road to 200 mil hunter. So we're looking at stacking up like a fucking 10 bill bank, you know, over the course of years. I want to get like over the next 10 years or so, I want to get all the non AFK shit like knocked out. I want to get like all the non AFK shit knocked out so that I could like properly work on my business without having to like worry about RuneScape too much. I don't even know if I want money. I don't, you know, I really don't. Money comes with a lot of evils that I don't want to expose my child to. You know, it's bad enough that I get disability as like a young guy, that I am disabled, but I something weird about it, you know, is like my like way of contributing to society is like basically making these videos. That's kind of what I want to do for my life. Run YouTube channels and contribute value in that way. You know, I don't know. You know, so is like, yeah, you don't know the kind of money that I have access to though. Is some crazy fucking shit. Is like when you give up paradise on earth, then where do you go when you die? When you leave behind paradise, then where do you go? Is hell, right? I don't want to go to fucking hell, bro. You don't understand how much I don't want to go to hell. I've suffered in my life and I don't want to suffer anymore. I've been through depression like recently and it's fucking miserable. If misery was a fucking state of being, that's what I was for like 6 months earlier that last year. I'd never really truly been through pain in my life until like last year. And I don't know what medication they had me on, but it made me feel like shit. And I was very aware, like self-aware. Like I've been through pain in my life, but I was very like self-aware and suffering. Suffering is like a special type of fucking pain that once you experience it for like a couple months is like you rather just like fucking never existed because you know that it fucking exists and it's out there. You know, but generally I'm pretty happy about my life. I'm glad that I live a good life. I live a joyful life. I live a pleasureful existence. Um, gotta get a drink of water real quick. All right. I drink like bottled water and shit now. I'm like balling over here. I got approved for a $240 spending card through my insurance. And I get to buy like $240 worth of shit every month. And then I'm going to be getting food stamps in like 2 years when I move out of this place. And okay. 200 mil Slayer is going to net me. I don't even fucking know. Let's see. How much do you make from 200 mil Slayer? Had to make Durdale proud. This is a year ago, okay. Yes. How much did he make? 200 mil Slayer, huh? How much did he make? I want to see how much he made. I'm on Google right now, guy. Let me pause it for a minute. So apparently 200 mil Slayer is like a 6 billion GP venture minimum. That's some pretty good shit. I can't imagine it's any worse with doing Boss Slayer either. Apparently the wiki says you make anywhere between, 200 mil and 750 mil GP from 99 Slayer. I probably would more estimate it at around like 300. But again, I'm only 92 Slayer, and I'm actually just about to unlock Hydra. Or just about to. Hydra at 95, Smoke Devil, Araxite. Yes, in Cerberus. Holy shit. If I do my Cerberus tasks and my Sire tasks, probably make like a shitload of fucking doubloons of gold pieces, lutations. These fucking disposable vapes are shit when it comes to their battery life. Like, how come my cell phone lasts like fucking 8 hours? How come batteries don't last that long? It's fucking bullshit. Like alkaline batteries in like a TV remote last like a fucking eon. Yeah, a fucking eon. Like years, and then my vape lasts like a day. Like less than a day. They just want you to they just want you to be like fucking, I don't know what kind of crazy shit the corporation is trying to pull that time, but I wish my batteries lasted longer. It's like how you could get like a 1 terabyte SD card off the internet for like $20. And yet in cell phones, you get like 32 gigabytes of storage. Like they want you to spend the extra money on fucking storage space on your fucking SD card. For the $20, it's fucking bullshit. I want to check the weather real quick. And if and only if the fucking weather app pops up on my OBS, I'd be pretty upset. Let's see. The S&P 500 is down today. It's going to rain. Whatever. So pretty much, how long have I been recording? An hour and 5 minutes, huh? I've gained 3 million experience today. I logged in today with 307 million experience, and now I'm at 310 million experience. I forget how much thieving XP I had when I first started, but it must be, let's see, 3,000 pickpockets is only a million XP, if I'm not mistaken. 300 XP per pickpocket. So 3,000 is 1 million XP. Hold on a minute. 310 million XP. That's some fucking weird shit. I don't know how that happened. But it's been a successful day pickpocketing. I made 1 million GP. Basically Made a million GP so far. Probably spent about 500k in supplies, 500k cash. Actually, now that you mention it, I've made about 1.4 million GP because it doesn't count the amount of money that you made in rubies or the coin pouches. So I've made about 1.5 million GP. The supplies tend to pay for themselves. And I've been sitting here clicking on this guy without my coin pouches, with my coin pouches being full. Okay, so I am half the drop rate for a blood shard allocation. I would like to achieve a blood shard tonight. I would like to say that I'm not going to sleep until I get a blood shard drop. I wish I had some fucking weed. All right. I would love to get like super geeked right now, but I cannot smoke weed anymore because it makes me fucking lazy. And I don't want to get fucking lazy on y'all. I'm trying to deliver that epic shit. Damn, I thought that was a blood shard, man. They had this server called 2006 Reborn, where it was like 2006 server with 5x XP rates and like some adjusted drop tables and shit, some adjusted loot tables, where you get like fucking 10 times the amount of prayer boosting seeds from master farmers. They kind of fucked it up by like they kind of like pretty much fucked it up by adding like way too many Snapdragon and Raynar seeds from master farmers. So you get like way too ahead too fast. You know, there's like an is like an literally like a 2147 mil supply of like prayer boosting potions. There's like I guess like Jagex is like really the smart one this time where they made the game really easy and stuff, which is a bad thing actually in this case. I thought like 2006 Reborn would be a great alternative to 2004 Scape at the time. But fuck all that, you know. I don't fucking do that. That fucking easy scape shit. I want to play the game. I want an optimized game. I don't I like the game that Jagex made. That Jagex makes, you know, 2004 Scape is still good, but 2006 Reborn is fucking honestly shits for the birds, man. It's probably going to go down in history as like a great server for like noobs and people that don't really want to play the game, people that just want to like level up fast and experience the game without actually fucking doing the game, you know, and doing the whole damn thing. And then like I got to pickpocketing master farmers and the fucking XP rate seemed to like dwindle down like quick as fuck. But I got like it, and then they dropped like multiple Snapdragon seeds at a time and multiple like Raynar seeds at a time. I had like 20 prayer boosting farming seeds of like Raynars and Snapdragons within like a fucking 30 minutes, which is not good. Makes the game too fucking easy. So yeah, but we're officially 80 plus all skills again. Maybe just maybe I'll do like 1,000 hour Frost Dragon grind like real quick once I get 87 sailing. Uh, you know, the YouTube and Nightmare RH in particular is pretty big on Frost Dragons right now. He is pretty adamant that Frost Dragons are a great investment of your time. Me personally, I know I kind of like act like Nightmare RH sometimes. I'm a big fan of Chris's personality. I'm not a big fan of his YouTube persona as it was when he was popular, but I've always been a fan of Chris, and I'm a big bandwagoner. You know, I'm a big bandwagoner. You know, I do take after people a lot, but I'm not a mimicker. I'm not like a follower. You know, I'm just as much a trendsetter as I am a trend follower. I do listen to like pop music, like I do follow like memes and popular culture, and you know, as long as it's not like fucking gay, you know, I follow, you know, popular culture and shit. All right, so um let's see. We've got 10 million XP in farming. If I can score, what is allotment patches? What if I do my daily allotment patches? If I do my allotment patches, let's see. Calculator, farming. I'm going to pause for a second. Something like 1.4k XP per watermelon patch. That's what it says, anyways. Hold on, Google it real quick. How much EXP per watermelon patch OSRS? A single watermelon, a total of 100 and wait a fucking minute. Planting, harvesting. Oh, 54 XP per watermelon. Yield 15 plus watermelons, 800 plus XP. So about 1,000, 1,000 XP per patch. Fuck that. Times every fucking 1,000 XP per patch. Every fucking um 1,000 XP times like how many allotments are there? Allotments. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is like 20 allotments. That's 20k per run. That's an extra 60k XP per day. So theoretically, you can get 200 mil farming in like 2.5 years of daily farm runs. But it will take like an hour and a half extra every day. But it's some pretty fucking fast XP if you really think about it. Some pretty fucking fast XP if you really think about it. Um, all right. Um, Guys, by the way, a fucking cheat code for your body is honey, man. I go through honey, like a fucking bottle of honey every month right now. It is some dense fucking complex nutrients that is really fucking good for your body. If you're not adding honey into your daily nutrition, you're missing out. And I maintain that raw honey, probably is not even the fucking better honey. People like organic and fucking like weird shit. You know that we genetically engineered crops so that they don't make us sick and stuff? Like, don't fucking eat organic. Like, if it's a fruit and a vegetable, eat that. But you'll eat fucking like pizza pockets and like fucking microwave hot pockets and fucking microwave pizzas. But you fucking eat organic tomatoes that rot in like 2 days. That shit is fucking retarded. And I hope you get a wake up call when you fucking get diarrhea from organic tomatoes and shit. I don't know what happened to me in the past 10 years, but I don't take like solid shits anymore. This is a little bit off topic, but I started having like really healthy dumps. Okay. And I know I'm eating healthy based on the quality of my shits. Is like my shit doesn't come out in like solid pieces. It comes out in like puree. And normally what most people would consider unhealthy, I think is like very healthy, you know. Um I get like fucking I was very unhealthy for a long time, but then I started getting like more healthy and shit. I had like diarrhea, like C. diff from living in a nursing home with sick and dying people. Like older, like elderly people, that lived like a long time through like fucking lead poisoning and fucking weird shit like fucking yeah, like some fucked up shit. Um fucking so, but fucking I don't know how it wound up like turning itself around, but apparently, these people lived like a long time. Like everyone in this nursing home where I lived was like 70 and older. So obviously they must have lived a healthy life. So fucking fuck it, right? You assume that they had it going on in terms of their health. Even though they were dying doesn't mean that they must have been like poisoned or something. And Anyways, guys, what I'm gonna close on, since you guys really, if you made it this far in the video, you really did just sit here and listen to me talk about myself for like fucking an hour and a half. Get your hands on a Ring of the Gods. A Ring of the Gods. This fucking thing is only a million GP and provides a +8 prayer bonus. And get yourself a pair of devout boots. If you don't have access to like the higher level, more expensive boots, like the primordial boots and the Pegasian boots and the eternal boots, devout boots is a great like single slot alternative to is like a universal boot slot item that you can wear to every Slayer task, because you should be using prayer potions on every Slayer task. It boosts your prayer by like +4 or something like that. The devout boots is like, rather than switching out your boots in between every Slayer task, it makes the Slayer skill a little bit more mindless. Slayer, you know, what's it called? Is a great alternative, and if you can't afford the Dagonoth rings, the Ring of the Gods is a great alternative, and bringing those prayer potions to Slayer tasks, you will be profiting like every Slayer task. So, rather, if you don't feel like doing Nightmare Zone to get all those points, bring a Ring of the Gods. Ring of the Gods is a necessary item for your RuneScape account if you want to be optimal. If you want to be like fucking optimal on RuneScape, fucking get yourself a Ring of the Gods and imbue that shit. Get yourself over to Nightmare Zone and just farm yourself like 10 million Nightmare Zone points to last your entire account. Yeah, that's one thing like that should be on everyone's checklist to do. Like one of these days in the history of your account is to farm like 10,000 Slayer points. And or 10,000, 10 million, I mean. Um, you know, and then, you know, is like one thing that you should do very early on in the game is to complete all the quests. But I'm gonna wait till I max to complete all the quests. Luckily for me, I have the already hard diary or already elite diary already done, and that increases the amount of coin pouches that you can have at one time in your inventory. And with the rogue's outfit and everything, whether or not if I get shards, I'm still at least like double paying for my supplies that I use like per inventory here. So actually like triple, really, almost like quadruple if you count the rubies and the diamonds and the death and blood runes and stuff. All right. Um so I want to talk about how I'm going to get all my skills to 200 mil, and then I'm going to let you guys go. This is what I believe is this is my most efficient way to level the character, like GP for XP ratio, like taking it at a moderate pace. When we're talking 200 mil all skills and all collection logs and shit, we're kind of talking like a little bit of a grind there. We're talking kind of pretty much like a lifelong journey. And all right, combat stats, Slayer. 200 mil Slayer and collection logs will get me pretty much every 200 mil and all my combat stats. Prayer is going to be like an end game kind of thing with whatever like money I have at the end of is going to be one of the last skills that I get to 200 mil. Um who the fuck knows what updates are going to come out in the future? Just to basically bring a bone crusher to like every instance where I'm getting dragon bones or whatever. I'm not going to be like picking up my dragon bones. If they ever add like a dragon bone, like a bone sack or something, that should be like a reward from the Rag and Bone Man 3 quest. Is like a bone sack. Oh shit. What the fuck? I just got a Windows security fucking threat protection Trojan. Good shit. Oh, it's a cryptocurrency miner. It's not fucking a virus. Um okay. Yeah, like I heard cryptocurrency miners are like a false positive in Windows Defender security and shit. Um, all right. So yeah, prayer is gonna be like an end game thing. Magic, whatever XP I get from like magic based Slayer tasks, by the time I get 200 mil Slayer, I'll probably have like 30 mil magic XP. And then probably use the Lunar Spellbook, um, like the Lunar Spellbook, to get the rest of my magic XP. Whatever I get from High Alking and combat magic is going to be uh, probably like 30 to 40 million. I'll probably nailed that right on the head, like 30 to 40 million magic XP by the time I get 200 mil Slayer. Then use lunar magics, probably string jewelry in particular for 200 mil magic. It's always been my go-to like magic spell uh, for training magic. It's just cheap and fast, cheap and good XP. Rune crafting, True Blood Altar is a little bit slower than other methods, but is super profitable and is overall efficient. I'm all about like making money, so pretty much 200 mil rune crafting is going to afford me all the gear that I need for combat, and it's like going to be kind of a step in. It's like going to be like you know 3 steps back to make like 5 steps forward. It's worth it. It's worth the extra like double the time, the extra year that it's going to take of my life to get this 200 mil skill. Is going to be worth it. Construction again is like an end game thing that after I'm probably going to be dropping like you know some serious platinum tokens on construction after it is like a final like 200 mil skill. Probably do mahogany homes actually to save like those billions of GP. Probably going to do mahogany homes. Now that I think about it, I forgot that even existed for a second. Like I said, new methods are coming out all the time, but this is currently the status of how I would get 200 mil in my skills. Hit points is just going to come naturally. Agility, rooftop agility. Herblore is a no-brainer. Just do like the most cost-effective to GP effective like ratio that is available at the time. Like I made 8,000 prayer potions today, was getting about 110,000 XP per hour in rather as a method that is kind of low level. Kind of at the higher levels of Herblore, you could get like more than 200 to 300k XP per hour. But those methods are less AFK and cost perhaps a little bit more money. But Herblore right now is like a break-even skill. I can't see that lasting forever. I think like more off in the future as people start maxing more and going for 200 mil all skills. There's always going to be like more people. Shit, sorry about that, guys. There's always going to be like more people going for XP. And as that happens, the price of Herblore supplies is going to be going up. So thieving, I'm doing that right now. Going to be banking anywhere from 700 mil to 2 bill off of this skill. Crafting, probably going to do, let's see. What even is there to do? Probably like Zenites. No, I'm just kidding. Not Zenites, but probably like I don't know how much XP diamond amulets are. I really don't know. Probably slice up gems. Probably slice up some gems. I guess rubies are like 80k XP per hour and are not like. Rubies are like 80k XP per hour and are not like. And is AFK. So is not like super much a loss. Crafting. Let's think about it. Armor. I could do like d'hide bodies, like green d'hide bodies. I believe it costs 3 dragon hides. I really don't know. Really don't know. Crafting. Yeah, probably slice up gems, and probably turn them into amulets to like string my own jewelry, because making diamond amulets from scratch could actually, let me see. Let me check the price checker as it is today. Uncut diamond. Diamond amulet is a 700 GP loss. Amulet of power. So is like a 300 GP loss. How much XP is to enchant diamond jewelry? I don't know. Make like amulets of power. How much is the high elk price? High elk price on amulet of power is 2.1k. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe do like green d'hide bodies. I'll probably have the money to do that since I'm doing mahogany homes for 200 mil construction. Fletching, probably not darts. Probably not darts. Probably gonna do like. I mean, I gotta like come up with something better than magic longbows. Bowls, darts, shields. U shield, like redwood shields, maybe. Darts. Could do like. Adamant darts. Holy shit. Some crazy shit. Is the only real way to get 200 mil fletching is by doing darts. Gonna have to drop bank on like all these buyables. But also fletching and crafting can be AFK. And Slayer, just train Slayer at Durdale. Get the Konar collection logs and then do Durdale for the rest of it. What's it called? Hunter is gonna be what's it called? Fucking Hunter is gonna be fucking what's it called? Herbivore. Yeah, mining. Probably I don't even fucking know what mining. They have nickel now, nickel ore. Oh, they have ancient essence. Oh, what is a good mining method? I don't even know. Like granite? Is granite still viable? A mining guild, motherlode mine. There's got to be a better method than motherlode mine. Motherlode mine is like trash XP. Shooting stars? Probably like fuck around and do like some shooting stars, bro. Is like AFK and fucking, I don't know. Motherlode mine? I don't know. How much is motherlode mine GP per hour? What if I click once and get a get like a shard? Damn. Let's see. Pay dirts per hour. Let's assume I get 350 pay dirts per hour. 27k XP and 100k GP. Ain't that something? Let's see, 1,000 hours. That would be like 5,000 hours. Well, 40,000 hours in 10 years, though. Oh, give me that fucking XP lamp, please. So, yeah, AFKing at the motherlode mine. Smithing, just probably Eddie plate bodies. Eddie plate bodies is a great way to go. And fishing, AFKing at barbarian, or worst case scenario, let's see. Fishing. I love the OSRS wiki, bro. This shit is some fucking awesome shit. Okay. 39k XP per hour though, but 243k GP per hour. If I dedicate like a good part of myself to this shit, you know, is some fucking like, you know, some non AFK shit like fishing minnows. Um, you know, that is some good GP along the way to 200 mil. Let's whip out the calculator just one more time. Okay, so around 5,000 hours, let's say. We with math, always account for like a bad case scenario. So 200 mil fishing should be like 200 mil fishing should be like 1 billion GP or like more than 1 billion GP. And cooked sharks, how much cooked sharks versus raw sharks? Holy shit. So cooking sharks is gonna be like 1.2 billion GP. Holy shit, dude. 1.2 billion GP, 1.3 actually billion GP versus 1 billion GP once I cook them. Fishing, cooking, fire making is only 15 mil right now for 200 mil XP. Wood cutting is holy shit. Chopping redwood logs. I can type like a fucking crack fucking typer. It's not that good of money. Maybe like a couple hundred mil. Farming will actually profit me some money. It'll cost less than a billion GP to get 200 mil with tree runs and with allotments and herbs. I'll pretty much break even. So, and sailing we deduced will be about a billion GP gain right there. And then when we get, uh, the 200 mils in skills, I'll probably be like jumping in between collection logs. I'll probably be like training skills here and there. Because I don't like to bank on the idea that I'll be like motivated to knock out collection log after collection log after collection log to keep a little variety, like just for the same reason that you can't eat the same foods every day. I can't like do the same shit all day every day on RuneScape. I could do the same shit for like a month or two, but I gotta like do different shit like at least once every month or two. I get used to the same color schemes of the same like areas of the game. Some people, man, like I can't smoke the same strain of weed or the same brand of cigarettes like all the time. I have to have like different shit. Well, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but when I did, well, hopefully I'll never smoke cigarettes again. But when I did smoke cigarettes or like when I vape, I can't have the same vape like all the time. I have to have different flavors. I have to have variety. I think that's most people, you know. But the fucked up thing is we get addicted to shit. We get addicted to shit, and like different chemicals and stuff like have a different addictive qualities and stuff, and you never know what is really in shit. So I can't have like the same food all the time. Like when it comes to instant noodles, I eat like top ramen all the time. Instant noodles is like the shit right now for me. Um, you know, I have to have like different flavors of seasoning. I go between like the beef ramen and the chicken ramen and the shrimp ramen. And I believe they have pork ramen too, but they don't sell it where I live. I have to buy it like off the internet. And Muslims don't eat pork, so like I don't eat pork. Yeah, let me see. What does it what happens? Why don't they, Jagex, when you see my video, number 1, subscribe. Number 2, please include the rewards for the fucking achievement diary on the page of the achievement diary. Why do you make us look up the wiki and shit? Some people don't know how to use Google. You know, I'm internet savvy, like above average, like very above average internet savvy, okay? I've been using Google for 25 years, 23 years. Uh Achievement Diary Rewards, OSRS. Ardone, Elite Diary. I have all of those. Double Death Runes when. Okay. Ardone Cloak 4. So it's going to take some like really scrolling through this shit to see all of the benefits of all of the fucking diaries. Unlimited teleports to the Fountain of Rune. Let's start from the top to the bottom. Let's start from the bottom to the top, or the top to the bottom. Okay, so Elite Western Banner. Unlimited teleports to the Piscators fishing colony. Give me a fucking blood shard. Let's go over the achievement diary rewards just for motherfuckers that do not know. Wilderness Elite Diary. Unlimited free teleports to the Fountain of Rune to recharge your amulets of glory with that chance of getting an amulet of eternal glory. What is the average GP per hour on this? Creating eternal glories. 1 out of every 25,000 glories is like 2 million GP per hour. Not a bad money making method, really. Is a great way to get like your amulet of eternal glory is by making that. You got to get that collection log. As a collection log, if I'm not mistaken, and it's like a 2 million GP per hour type of deal. So all dragon bones in the wilderness are noted. Free entry to the resource area. Does not include King Black Dragon. Noted lava dragon bones can be toggled. 200 random free runes from Undale once per day. It's just a waste of time, pretty much. Unless you are doing like a from scratch series. Um, let's see. Ah, shit. So pretty much, just Google Achievement Diary Rewards OSRS, and it'll be one of the top results in Google. So, uh, yeah, once I'm max, gonna do all the quests. And after I do all the quests, I'm gonna do all the achievement diaries. Um, you know, once I'm max, gonna do all the quests and all the achievement diaries. I gotta do the Western Provinces hard diary. I was gonna do the Western Provinces hard diary to gain access to the private Chinchampa hunting grounds, but I figured out that actually Herbivore is better money and XP. Plus, it's going to be real good for training Herblore. Free herbs, you know, I know I'm not a fucking Iron Man, but it's going to help me stack up on like herbs, is like kind of like, I'll probably wind up selling them, but you know, pretty much, pretty much, yeah, that has been a hell of a video, guys. I will talk to you guys later. And, you know, no love for people that don't like the video. And, subscribe, biatch.